Alrighty, YouTuber. Well, I got my Z CAM E2C today and thought I'd try it out. I just got a simple rigging on it. I got to get my cage yet. But I wanted to show you what it would look like hooked to your Android phone. Now, right here is my LG V50 and using the Wi-Fi, it connected to it. Some say on the Android you don't get as many features as you do on like the iPad or iPhones. I got an iPad Mini Air, and I only got it to connect to it one time for about 5 seconds, and then it shut off. And then after that, I could not get it to reconnect to it at all. It just wouldn't connect. But the LG V50 connected to it right away, so I don't know what the other missing features are. It pretty much has everything on there that I'm looking at on the other monitor without having to bring your side menu out here through the mode button and inside your menu. But it don't have the audio display meter bars, which is kind of a bummer, but it does work with it. So I'm kind of happy about that. And my friend over there, Stuart, that's my decapitated pig here, he's my posing model, and I'll put the video up on there. So right now, just as a simple setup, and I'm going to do a full review when the weather breaks or if it's a nice day and I don't got to work on the weekend, of the Z CAM E2C and the Blackmagic Pocket Original Cinema camera, and with different lenses. Right now on the E2C, I got the Meiki 12mm lens for the micro four thirds. On the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, the original, I am running a Valtrox. It's not a dummy adapter, but it gives power to the Canon lens, the 18 to 35 millimeter, so you can manually focus it. It will not autofocus, but the image stabilization seems to work. So I don't understand that, but the image stabilization does work, but autofocus does not. And then this monitor here is my 7-inch monitor. Like I said, I'm waiting on my cage to come in so I can rig it out properly. Oops. But I just wanted to show everyone that, yeah, it can work with your Android. Now, it depends on what Android phone you got. I got a Galaxy S5, S6, I believe an S7, and an 8. And I wasn't able to get it to connect to it. It would load up as soon as you hit connect, and it would flicker on for a second and then just go right back to your home screen. So I don't know if it just was an older operating Android system on it, or didn't have enough processing power, or whatever. But the LG V50 is working like a champ, so it's working fine there. And like I said, I don't know what the features Android doesn't have over iPhone, because I couldn't get my iPad Mini to work. So yeah, I just thought I'd show this on here real quick. I know it's not a really good review, but you know, I want to demonstrate a couple lenses. And I got some other lenses. I got an Olympus lens, 40 to 150 millimeter. I want to try out. Now the autofocus does work on it, but these are cine cameras, and autofocus, well, it's really, really slow, and it does that drifting, you know, where it's, you know, focusing in, focusing out, focusing in, focusing out. Now I did get a steady test shot to where it didn't do that, as long as you were wearing something dark colored, because I believe the autofocus is contrast based, I think, and had almost like a green screen behind me, but it wasn't a green screen, but it was green, and me wearing black, it stayed in focus a lot better and didn't do that drifting or hunting. So I don't know, but I did try a little test thing before I went into work with the Olympus lens, and even on the tripod, it still drifted and hunted. And yeah, but I already know these cameras aren't designed for autofocus, so don't even really rely on it. But anyhow, this is it, and this is my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, original with the Valtrox. Not so dummy booster, but it gives power so you can manually focus your lens. Autofocus don't work, but image stabilization does, and that's the Canon 18 to 1.5 lens. On the Z CAM E2C, I'm running the Meiki lens at 12 millimeters, and then, you know, with the crop factor. And the LG V50, if you wanted to, link it and have, if you didn't have a monitor and needed something to view, then, well, if you got a newer phone or something that's got some horsepower behind it, you can use that. And the controls do work. I mean, like your iOS, if I can do it without knocking it over, you can bring up your iOS, and let's see, what is that, shift? Okay, so you can set your shutter speeds, bring that out, white balance. Okay, white balance is marked out or grayed out. So, okay, and aperture don't work either. EV, that one don't work. Manual focus, and your LUTs do work, so if you push your LUTs, that's without the LUTs on it. I'm using the B709. You tap it again, it puts it on. This one, I'm not quite sure what it does. It changes, I think, temperature. Okay, that gives you false coloring. It goes through your different modes on your buttons if you programmed on the Z CAM. I like it back on that one. So there's little quirks with it, but on the app, when you download it for your Android, it says it's early access, early something. I don't really know. I didn't really pay attention. I just wanted to see it work because I couldn't get it to work on the iPad mini. And I know I'm rambling on, but anyhow, yeah, this is what I got so far. And when the weather's decent enough and I can get out and do a better test with better images other than my friend Dare Stewart, and I'll upload that. Alright guys, thanks a lot.